The death of the cursed womb must die. The world is a graveyard. We told you this before. We reminded you that monsters are not born from the earth, but from the collective rot of human emotion. Every grudge held in silence, every lie whispered in the dark, every fear that keeps a person awake at night, it all pools together in the shadows of Tokyo like black ink. But what we didn't tell you is how the graves are dug. Most people walk through life assuming they have time. Time to grow up. Time to fall in love. Time to say a proper goodbye. Yuji Itadori thought he had time to save 1,000 people before his own end. He was wrong. In the world of Jujutsu, special grade is not just a classification for a powerful monster. It is a death sentence. It is the moment where the universe turns its back on you, leaving you alone in a room with a predator that has been hungry for 1,000 years. It is the realization that no matter how hard you punch, no matter how much you scream, the darkness does not blink. July, West Tokyo, Eitai Detention Center. The report was cold. The rain was colder. Before this episode ends, a heart will be ripped out. A soul will be shattered. And the boy who promised to be a hero will realize that in the presence of true evil, heroism is just another word for sacrifice. If you think you are prepared for the carnage, you are lying to yourself. The black sedan pulls up to the gates of the detention center. The atmosphere is suffocating. It isn't just the humidity of the Japanese summer. It is the thick, oily pressure of cursed energy hanging over the building like a shroud. Ijichi, the assistant director, looks like a man walking to his own execution. His hands tremble as he holds his umbrella, his eyes darting toward the concrete walls that seem to vibrate with hidden malice. Our window confirmed it 3 hours ago, he says, his voice cracking under the weight of the news. The cursed womb has manifested. If it completes its metamorphosis, it will become a special grade, an entity comparable to a carpet bombing. In human terms, it is a god of destruction. Yuji Itadori, Megumi Fushiguro, and Nobara Kugisaki stand in a line. 3 students, 3 children. They are wearing the navy blue uniforms of Jujutsu High, but they look like lambs being led to a slaughterhouse. Yuji looks at the building, his expression a mix of curiosity and dread. Special grade? Yuji asks, tilting his head. I still don't quite get the ranks. Is it stronger than the things we saw in Roppongi? Megumi's face is a mask of stone, but his pupils are dilated with primal instinct. Imagine a tank, Megumi says, his voice devoid of hope. A grade 4 is a wooden bat. A grade 1 is a tank. A special grade is a natural disaster. You don't fight it. You pray you aren't in its path. We are being sent in because there are survivors. 5 inmates are still inside. Your mission is not to exorcise the curse. Ijichi warns, his eyes pleading. Search for survivors. If you encounter the curse, you run. Do not be heroes. Your lives are the most valuable assets we have. Do not throw them away for a lost cause. Yuji looks at the massive, gray building. It looks like a tombstone marking the end of the world. 5 people are trapped in there. If we don't go, they die. Let's move. As they cross the threshold, Megumi stops for a split second. He looks at the sky. The crows have stopped circling. The rain feels like lead. Itadori, Kugisaki. If things go sideways, don't wait for me. Just get out. Don't look back. They step into the lobby. 1 step. 2 steps. On the 3rd step, the world screams. The exit vanishes. The sterile, white hallway of the detention center is gone. In its place is a twisted, organic nightmare. The walls are lined with rusted pipes that pulse like veins. The ceiling is miles high, lost in a swirling vortex of gray mist. The floor is a grid of industrial catwalks suspended over an infinite abyss where the sounds of the living do not reach. An innate domain, Megumi whispers, his breath visible in the sudden, unnatural cold. The curse is so powerful it has overwritten the physical world with its own heart. We aren't in a building anymore. We are inside the curse's mind. Reality is no longer our ally. Where's the door? Nobara shouts, turning around. There is only a wall of pulsating, gray flesh where the entrance used to be. The safety of the outside world has been erased. We're trapped. Nobara says, her grip tightening on her hammer until her knuckles turn white. Fine. If we can't go back, we go forward. This thing wants a fight? It'll get one. They move deeper into the labyrinth. The smell hits them first. Rot, copper, and the stagnant stench of human waste. And then, they see the bodies. In the center of a wide hall, a group of inmates is piled up. But they haven't just been killed. They have been redesigned by a force that finds human anatomy boring. One man has been folded into a cube of meat. Another has been stretched until his skin snapped like dry rubber. Yuji stops in front of a corpse fused into a rusted boiler. He recognizes the face from a photo shown by a grieving mother outside. This is the boy's son, Yuji says, his voice low and dangerous. Itadori, we have to move, Megumi says, looking at his shadow. His divine dogs are whining in terror, their fur standing on end. No, I'm taking him back. His mother is outside. She's waiting. I can't leave him like this, trapped in this nightmare. He's dead, Itadori. Look at him. He's not even a person anymore. If we stay here, we join him. I don't care. I promised I'd give people a proper death. This isn't it. The argument echoes through the twisted hallways, bouncing off the rusted pipes. And then, the echo doesn't stop. It turns into a high-pitched, wet giggle that vibrates in their very teeth. The air turns to ice. A presence appears behind them. It didn't walk there. It didn't fall there. It simply manifested, as if the darkness itself decided to take a shape. The special Great Curse. It is tall, porcelain-white, with a face that looks like a cracked theatrical mask. It has no eyes. Only two dark pits that radiate pure, unadulterated malice. The pressure is so intense that Nobara falls to her knees, clutching her chest as if her heart is trying to escape her body. Megumi can't move his legs. It's as if the ground has turned into lead. Yuji's heart is hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. This is the wall, the end of the line. This is the moment they realize they are nothing but insects in the eyes of a god, in the blink of an eye. Faster than the human mind can process, Yuji's left hand is gone. The arm ends abruptly at the wrist. A delayed spray of blood hits the rusted pipes. Yuji stares at the stump. His brain refuses to process the pain. It is too much, too fast. Ah! He gasps, his voice small. My hand? Where's my hand? The curse giggles again. It is holding Yuji's severed hand. It sniffs the fingers with a sickening curiosity, then tosses the limb into the infinite abyss like a piece of garbage. It doesn't even see Yuji as a threat. He is just a toy to be disassembled. Run! Yuji roars, the scream tearing through the silence. Kugisaki! Fushiguro! Oh! Ow! A black portal opens beneath Nobara. Yuji! Megumi! She screams before being swallowed whole by the darkness, leaving only the sound of her hammer hitting the floor. N-O-B-A-R-A! Megumi tries to summon his Shikigami, but the curse is a blur of white light. It strikes Megumi with a blast of cursed energy that sends him flying through 3 concrete walls, leaving him buried in the rubble of a different room. Yuji is alone, with one hand, with 0 experience, facing a god of destruction that finds his suffering amusing. I'm sorry, Grandpa, Yuji whispers, his eyes filling with tears of rage and regret. I might not die with people around me, after all. I might just die alone in the dark. Yuji lunges. He uses the stump of his arm to strike, channeling every ounce of his terror, his anger, and his will to live into a single blow. Divergent fist. The blow lands on the curse's chest. The curse doesn't even flinch. It looks at Yuji with clinical curiosity, as if wondering why the insect is still moving. It reaches out and grabs Yuji's face, its cold fingers digging into his eye sockets, preparing to crush his skull. Switch with me, brat. Sukuna's voice is a roar in Yuji's mind, vibrating in his bones. I'll kill it. I'll turn this entire building into a graveyard where even the ghosts are afraid to walk. Just give me the keys. Let me in. Never. Yuji screams, punching the curse again and again with his remaining hand. But his bones are shattering. His ribs are cracking under the sheer pressure of the curse's aura. The special grade is playing with him, allowing him to strike just to watch his hope wither into ash. Fushiguro! Yuji yells, coughing up a mouthful of thick, dark blood. Get out of here. Find Nobara and leave the building. Once you're outside the perimeter, give me a signal. I'll let Sukuna take over. It's the only way. Megumi, buried under a pile of rusted metal and concrete, looks at Yuji. He sees the boy who just wanted to help people, now standing in a pool of his own blood, ready to sacrifice his soul to save his friends. He sees the weight of the world on Yuji's shoulders. Megumi bites his lip until it bleeds, the metallic taste of his own blood grounding him. He whistles for his divine dog. Don't die, Itadori. I'm holding you to that. Megumi vanishes into the shadows, his presence fading from the room. Yuji is left in the absolute dark. The special grade curse leans in, its cracked mask inches from Yuji's nose. Yuji smiles. It is a bloody, terrifying expression of a man who has accepted his fate. Hey, ugly. My friend is safe now, which means it's time for you to meet the real monster. A massive explosion of cursed energy rocks the building. The innate domain begins to tremble, the pipes cracking and the mist turning into a violent storm of black energy. The black markings crawl across Yuji's skin like poisonous vines, claiming his body. The extra eyes snap open, glowing with a crimson light that pierces the darkness. The posture changes from a desperate student to an ancient monarch. The fear vanishes. The king of curses, Ryomen Sukuna, has taken the throne. He looks at the special grade. The monster that was a god to Yuji is now nothing but a pebble on the path of Sukuna. You, Sukuna says, his voice dripping with boredom and immense contempt. You think you're a king because you can bully some children in a dark room? You think this playground you built is impressive? The special grade tries to strike, driven by an instinctual fear it cannot name. Sukuna doesn't move. He simply raises a single finger. A sharp, invisible blade cuts through the air. The curse's arm falls off in a clean slice, hitting the floor before the curse can even register the attack. Regeneration? Sukuna says, looking at Yuji's stump. In a second, the flesh knits back together. The hand regrows. The bones mend perfectly. The skin is flawless. Now, let me show you what real Jujutsu looks like. Let me show you why the world feared my name for 1,000 years. The special grade is terrified. It tries to run, but Sukuna is everywhere. He is a shadow in the corner. He is the blade in the air. He is the nightmare that never ends. You don't even have a name. Sukuna sneers, his voice echoing with the power of 1,000 deaths. A nameless worm trying to act like a god. It is an insult to my existence. Sukuna doesn't even use a technique. He grabs the curse by its face and slams it through every floor of the building until they hit the cold, concrete basement. The impact shakes the foundation of the detention center. Die. With a casual flick of his wrist, the special grade is sliced into 1,000 thin ribbons of meat. It doesn't even have time to scream. It dissolves into purple smoke and nothingness, leaving behind only a withered, mummified finger. Sukuna picks up the finger. Another piece of me, he says, swallowing it whole. His power surges, a tidal wave of malice that threatens to bring the entire building down. Megumi is standing at the entrance of the detention center, breathing heavily. He has found Nobara. She is unconscious but alive, tucked away in the safety of a nearby alley. He is waiting for Yuji. He is staring at the dark building, hoping against all logic and reason. The boy he just met is still in control. A figure emerges from the rain. The markings are still there. The four eyes are wide open, glowing with a demonic light. Itadori, Megumi asks, his hand moving to form a shadow sign.
His heart is heavy with a dread he has never felt before. Sukuna laughs. It is a sound that makes the rain feel like ice water hitting a grave. The brat is having a hard time coming back, Sukuna says, walking toward Megumi with a predatory grace. He's so traumatized by what he saw in there, he's locked himself in the back of his own mind. He doesn't want to see the blood on his hands. Switch back. Itadori, Megumi yells, his voice desperate. Oh, he will. Eventually. But I thought I'd make it interesting for him. I thought I'd give him a reason to stay in the dark forever. Sukuna stops. He looks at Megumi with a grin that promises nothing but suffering. You're the shadow user, right? You have potential. I can smell it on you. But the brat, he's a nuisance. He thinks he can contain me. He thinks he can be a vessel and a human at the same time. Sukuna plunges his hand into Yuji's chest. There is a sickening sound of ribs snapping. He pulls out a heart. Yuji's heart. It is still beating in Sukuna's hand, steaming in the cold rain. The red life force of Yuji Itadori is dripping through Sukuna's fingers. He tosses the organ onto the muddy ground as if it were a piece of rotten fruit. Now, Sukuna says, grinning as blood drips down his chin. If he switches back now, he dies instantly. His body no longer has a pump for his blood. He's trapped. If I stay, I kill you. If he comes back, he commits suicide. It is a perfect trap for a hero like him. Sukuna laughs, a deep, guttural sound that echoes off the concrete walls and drowns out the sound of the rain. So, tell me, sorcerer, what are you going to do? Your friend is a walking corpse. He is a shell held together by my will. And I am just getting started with this world. Megumi looks at the heart in the mud. He realizes that everything he was taught at Jujutsu High was a lie. There is no such thing as a proper death. There is only the rain, the blood of his friend, and the monster standing in front of him, laughing at the fragility of human life. Stop. Look at the heart lying in the mud. In just 4 episodes, we have gone from a normal high school life to a heartless nightmare. This is why Jujutsu Kaisen is the gold standard of modern storytelling. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't promise you a happy ending. It rips your heart out. Literally, the ultimate suspense. Yuji Itadori is technically a corpse. The protagonist of the show has no heart. What happens when the adrenaline wears off? What happens when Sukuna decides he is bored with playing games and starts the real massacre? If you think you know the resolution to this bloodbath, you are mistaken. The next episode isn't just a sequel. It is an autopsy of a soul. Megumi is alone against a god. The stakes have never been higher. Subscribe to The Darkness. If you leave now, you are just a bystander. You are someone who turned away when things got dark. But if you subscribe and turn on all notifications, you are a witness. You are part of a cult that understands the beauty and the destruction. Do not miss the fallout of this encounter. Episode 5 will change the landscape of this series forever, and you need to be there to see the blood hit the pavement. Eitai Detention real. You can feel the thirst for more, can't you? The mystery of Sukuna's interest in Megumi. The return of the strongest sorcerer, Satoru Gojo. The final, agonizing moments of Yuji Itadori's life. We have crafted this journey for those who crave intensity, for those who aren't afraid of the dark, for those who know that the world is a graveyard. Coming up next, Episode 5, Spellbound. A battle in the rain. A secret technique that could end the world. And the moment Yuji Itadori has to decide how he wants to die. Will you be there to see his last breath? The clock is ticking. Stay ready. Stay cursed. Meet me at the edge of the grave.